Well, hello, hello. Tiffany Haynes here. I am here to give you another edition in the series of shift tips from employee to CEO. These are for my aspiring entrepreneurs that are looking to get out of the 9 to 5, and you want to make sure that you position yourself for success. So, I'm excited for today's topic. It is probably hands down one of my favorites, and also hands down one of the most impactful to me. So, let's get started. So, what I want you to understand is that when you are transitioning in any phase, right? But most definitely when you're going from an employee mindset to a CEO mindset, the very first thing you must understand is that learning is now a requirement. Personal development is now a non negotiable. It is one of those things that can add commas, okay, to your bank account, right? So, and what I want you to understand is that when you're an employee, there's different things that you get to enjoy in your leisure, okay? You get to read books that are romantic novels, all right, and then just indulge. You get to enjoy Netflix and the Hulu and all the things. But when you are making a shift from an employee to a CEO, those times are now sacred. And you might have to replace some of your favorite books with some personal development books. And you might have to replace your movie time with, now this is the time I'm going to watch the training and indulge in the mentorship and watch some of those portal videos that I purchased and never used. It is a shame how many people will purchase educational courses and different things and they never open it. They never ever watch the information. And so, what I want you to get in the habit of as you are trying to make the shift and preparing yourself for the shift is you now have to make learning a requirement. It is no longer an option. It is no longer something you're forced to do. It is something you're intentional about and you plan ahead. It is the direct correlation of how much money you will make in the marketplace. Direct correlation of how much you are willing to learn, how much you're willing to indulge in personal development. And so the minute you make that connection and you have that aha moment is the minute that you get to go further faster. Okay. I want you to stay to the end because I'm going to give you an incredible tool that is going to help you do this consistently and strategically. Okay. So I'm going to give you 3 tips. Okay. As you make learning a requirement, I want you to truly understand how to make learning a requirement. So here's my first tip: layered learning. So if you have ever purchased my success bundle, you've seen that I teach you this strategy. Layered learning is a simple practice. All it means is, instead of saying, because this is what we love to say. We love to say that we don't have time. Here's what I'm telling you right now. Time is not an issue. If you want to indulge in personal development, if you want to indulge in learning a new craft and a new skill, time is not an issue. And I'm going to tell you why. If you are in your car and you're in transition from one place to another, if you are grocery shopping, if you are cooking, if you are ironing clothes, if you are cleaning your house, these are all opportunities that I want you to begin to layer learning over what you're doing. I know that you love to work out to your favorite music. Okay. And if you're running, you know what? I don't want to mess with that. But everything else is prime real estate in your mind and in your life to layer that with learning, to layer the car ride to work, that hour there and that hour back with an audiobook that you can now play, to layer that time where you're cooking, where you can have the podcast going that's all about the industry that you're looking to get into, to layer what you're doing already, where your hands are busy doing something else, but your brain can be wide open to learning. The number one thing that I did when I was transitioning from employee to CEO is I layered that time with personal development and I layered that time with strategic learning. And I used up any space in my day to become somebody else. There was one thing I was sure of, is the person that I was currently at that time was not going to be able to get me the success that I wanted. I had to become somebody else. I had to completely reprogram my brain from everything that was taught to me, from everything that I learned, and ensure that I built a millionaire and ensure that I built something that I could say this person can take me to all the goals that I have, everything on my vision board. I had to create the person that could fulfill those things. All right. And so I want you to include layering the time that you're doing something else with that time where you can actually learn something. Okay. Now, my second tip, all right, for your required learning now that you're transitioning from employee to CEO is application hours. Okay, this is okay, this is going to step on some of your toes here. But the problem is you don't really have no problem reading books. Okay, this is for this category of people. You don't have any problem reading the books. You don't have any problem listening to the podcast. You don't have any problem even watching a little bit of that course. Your problem is you don't apply anything that you learn. Anything. And this is what happens. You can quote, but you can't do. You can tell me all about the book and you've done none of it. You can quote chapter and verse from the book, but there's no fruit of it in your life. These are the things that I want you to eradicate during these application hours. So what does that look like, Tiff? This is what it looks like. It looks like you creating time on your calendar where you say, okay, let's say I'm going to read a book a month. I'm going to create time on my calendar, literally create it like a meeting. And you're going to say, this is the time where I apply what I learned from this book. So as you're reading, listening, you're intentionally listening and reading for what are the three principles in this book that I know that I want to apply to my life. And in your application hours, you are designing what that looks like and how you're going to apply it in your life. Here's how I want you to respect the calendar invite. Respect the calendar invite like it is a date you made with a friend that you're going to go out for coffee and you have to leave your house. You have to show up. You have to be present. You have to put your phone down. Respect the calendar invite with that respect. Stop making promises to yourself and breaking it. Stop being the biggest liar in your life. Okay. Respect the time that you dedicate for your personal development to apply what you learned. Because now we're making the connection. We finally got you to do layered learning. So you're learning. Now we're going to apply what we learn in our application hours. I am telling you, this is the formula for what you want. Don't ask me for more money. I'm going to give you this formula. If you need $1,000 more in your account every single month, I'm going to send you this video. This is how you get it. Okay, so you have your layered learning time and you carve out your application hours. That will equal you becoming somebody else. I guarantee it. Do it for 30 days and then come back and tell me it didn't work. You will start to become somebody else. Okay, so that is tip number 2. Now, here's the one that you've all been waiting for. Okay, this is going to be the final tip that I want to share with you that's going to take you from employee to CEO as you now take learning and make it a requirement in your life. Strategic learning. What is strategic learning? I'm going to show you, not only going to tell you what it is, but I'm going to give you the resource, the tool that I utilize that helped me, that catapulted me to the next level. Okay. And I started and created this 10 years ago with no help. I literally made this up on my own. Okay. So what I did is, and this is what you can do as well. You take the topic that you know that you want to focus on for yourself. It could be discipline. It could be consistency. It could be your health. It could be a certain skill. Maybe you're learning to trade options in stock market, right? Like whatever skill it is and whatever personal development skill it is, I want you to, okay, and I'm going to show you what this syllabus looks like. You can take a screenshot. Focus on this one thing for a quarter, for 90 days. Whatever that topic is that you're focused on, I want you to put it right here. It's going to be tempting to focus on 2 things at once. It's going to be tempting to focus on 3 things at once. It's going to be tempting to start reading a book when we're doing this, and it prompts you for another book that's a little off topic and to venture into that book. Stay the course. Trust the process. Put your topic at the top of your syllabus, and then I want you to research the best books that are going to fall under that topic, and I want you to list them because for 90 days, we're going to read those 3 books. We're going to have a book a month. Okay? Now, we're also going to have our 2 hours of implementation that we're going to schedule a month. That's the application hours, your implementation time. We're going to schedule that right when we create the syllabus. We're going to respect that time, remember, because we now are no longer lying to ourselves. We're going to respect that time. We're also going to find a live class or a live seminar. It could be virtual or in person. Okay, that's specific to this topic. All right, we're going to find a YouTube channel that we can find where there's an influencer where they harp on this topic. Now, when we're in the car and we're doing different things, we find 3 or 4 videos that we know we want to watch on this influencer. We want to go even deeper into this topic. Okay, we're going to find podcast episodes. Guess what they're going to be about? This topic. We're going to find Facebook groups. Guess what they're going to be about? Talking about constantly this topic. And you're going to spend some time in those groups. Read the questions they ask. Read the answers people give. Read what the hurdles and the hiccups are and how they overcome it. You're going to submerge yourself in this topic. I remember the first time I did this on consistency. I read books on it. I watched classes on it. I did challenges where you have to document and create habits for yourself. I knew that consistency was a problem for me. The reason why I knew that is because I am a sprinter and not a marathon runner. And you say, Tiff, what is that? That means that when you have an idea, you shoot out the gate. You have all this energy and vigor and you can go out and do it, but then you fizzle out, right? A marathon runner paces themselves so they can go the distance. I naturally am a sprinter. I naturally can come out with an idea and have all this energy, and then 30 days in, I'm ready to burn out. So I knew that was an Achilles heel for me. I knew consistency was something that I had to master. So that was the first topic that I harped on, and I focused on that primarily. Okay. And I may not be consistent in a lot of things, but in the spring of 2024, my business will celebrate its 10-year anniversary. 10 years I've owned this business. I've mastered consistency. It started with me doing this syllabus. This is why I say, if you need $1,000 more in your account a month, it starts with doing this process. It starts with learning more and becoming a different person. And the formula that I just gave you today is going to help you do it. Okay. It's going to help you do it. So I just appreciate your time with me. I'm going to wrap up. If you're interested, okay, in the business that I started, that I still have to this day, if you want to look at doing that for yourself, please tune in to tiffany'smasterclass.com. My masterclass airs a couple times a week. So if you go there, you can see the next available time. I love to talk to you on the masterclass and tell you how I started, how I scaled, and how I sustained that business until this day. So my name is Tiffany Haynes. Thank you again for joining the live stream, and I'll see you soon.